Bro, hold on, bro. We might as well take out the whole thing. Welcome,
Holy.
friends. Colombia 5, Panama 0. Brazil losing to Uruguay on penalties.
Pens.
We gotta start with that game first.
Yeah, it's fresh in the mind. We might as well.
Yeah. First off, guys, hit subscribe if you like videos about the Copa America. Drop a like on the stream if y'all could. We're gonna get to y'all's questions as well and give our thoughts a little bit first. You and I think it's fair to say, little disappointed with Uruguay today.
Little disappointed. I think.
Very disappointed.
Yeah, very disappointed.
Very disappointed. Yeah.
I think very disappointed is fair to say. Our predictions were both 2-1, but to not even get a single open play goal, because that situation you were in right there, the last thing that you wanted to do. The last thing that you wanted to do. Penalties against Brazil?
Correct.
No, you don't. You don't want that.
And we were talking about narratives, which maybe we'll talk about the actual game itself, and I think we can do this in about a minute because it was pretty stale. It was just a lot of like ugly midfield battling.
Yeah.
Brazil's game plan under Junior was obviously to be a little bit more defensive and then use the pace up front to try to hurt Uruguay. Uruguay, on the other hand, didn't really do a good job of using the better midfield, the superior midfield, to really control the game or control the chances.
I don't know what their game plan was. Like, if you watch
I actually don't either.
game again, you don't know what's going on. Like, for all of Bielsa's like tactical, prowess that people hail him for, I really couldn't tell you what that was. I can't explain it. It don't make a lick of sense to me.
It was long ball FC from
Long
Uruguay,
ball FC.
who we talked about this on the stream. First two games, right, against Panama and Bolivia, we're like, yo, these boys look unstoppable. Then it's the United States game. They're outplayed in the first half decisively by the United States. I felt like they really struggled with the physicality from the U.S. boys. And then they score a goal that I still haven't seen a camera angle that proves that Oliveira was onside. But whatever, we're not going to cry about that. But then you squeak by the game, you take 9 points, and you're like, okay, I mean, maybe the U.S., they had to fight for it. They gave it their all. Uruguay, they didn't need it. How many people in the chat were saying that? Oh, Uruguay didn't care. Oh, Uruguay didn't need it as bad. Okay, fine. We can take that excuse now. But then you see this game against Brazil today, and you're like, hold on.
This raises questions.
This raises questions.
I mean, I thought that Colombia, Uruguay was going to be dangerous. But now I just think it's going to be dangerous for the Uruguayans. Because if the midfield that we saw today from Uruguay shows up against the Colombian midfield, no, señor. No avanzan. Yeah. No da para más. Yeah. No, señor.
Yeah, it's going to stop there.
Has been better, and granted, it was against Panama today. But the Colombian midfield against Brazil was better than whatever Uruguay put up here.
Colombia was far better.
Far better.
Against Brazil.
They were unlucky to not win that game. Brazil was unlucky to not win this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Bielsa, I think he's a lucky man today.
He's a lucky man.
He's a lucky man because if Uruguay lose in the quarterfinals, guess what nobody cares about? Nobody's going to talk about the Nandez red card.
No.
They're just going to say, wow, Uruguay? This is, what movie is it where there's like, this is your champion? It's not Gladiator, is it?
Is it Gladiator?
It's probably, it might be Thor. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Is it Troy?
Yes. Is it Troy?
This is your prince or something like that after he kills Hector?
Yes.
Maybe.
What we're trying to say, right, is that everyone's gassing this team up. I would say more so than Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are just disrespecting Colombia, saying, well, they'll play a good team when they'll lose. That like they were just dismissed immediately. But Uruguay was like, ojo con Uruguay. And now it's like, I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
It would have been a disaster if they lost to Brazil. Like the weakest Brazil in 50 years and the strongest Uruguay side in 20 to lose in a quarterfinals to not be able to get a goal.
That's surrounding them, it's unreal.
And think about the chance creation. There was almost none.
Almost none. No clear-cut chances for Uruguay.
No.
I mean, Allison had a snooze fest. He did well to get up for penalties the way that he did and stuff won.
Yeah, I mean, he did his job.
Yeah. And just think, if the Brazilians do their job and they don't miss a penalty off the crossbar, we're still watching pens right now.
Correct.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you think about. I think Allison had 2 saves, both outside the box. I think both were from Valverde. I mean, and they're just prayer shots. Like they're good, but you're not going to
You're
beat
just throwing
Allison
up
from
Hail
there.
Marys because you haven't gotten a shot in
Correct.
a while.
Then you go to the Brazilian side, and you think Rochette makes a one-on-one save against Rafinha. And then he's got another save in the second half. I think it was against Endrick. It could have been Rodrigo. But you're like, look, if we're talking XG, if we're talking like heart rate, heart attack factor, the Brazilians were better
The
today.
Brazilians were there. They were the ones. They were the ones in the driver's seat, it felt like.
Yeah. It just looked like they were like a boxer. You know, this is a boxing match. In Uruguay, they was just jab, jab, jab. There was no hooks.
No, there
was
was
no
attempt.
uppercuts.
There was no attempt.
No, they weren't closing the
outside of
space. That was like, okay, we're kind of scared of you. We don't want to get knocked out, so we're just gonna put some feelers out there. That's what it felt like. It was very disappointing.
Correct. It was disappointing.
What do we say? Yes, and Mexicano says don't miss about Nunez's missed header, but that's it, Mexicano.
That's it.
That was it, and that's crazy.
And that's a set piece.
Yes. I don't know if it was a set piece, but
It was a reaction. Of the set piece, right? They clear it, and then a bouncing shot.
I think it might have been Nandez, who also is a lucky man. That
Nandez is a lucky man, but also I don't know. I think he got his just desserts in the end because the way he was playing was entirely too uncontrolled. It was untempered and frankly detrimental to the team.
Mm-hmm.
There, like, you want to be the cowboy? There's a way to be the cowboy. You're going to be a cowboy in that, like, when Rodrigo's running into three other defenders? No, you can't. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. I mean, it obviously leaves you right there, right where you're at.
Yeah.
In pens against Brazil on the complete defensive, but frankly, I'm gonna put this as simply as I can. Okay. Uruguay's game plan did not change when they went a man down. I mean, did it feel much different?
I mean, they certainly turtled.
They turtled, but I don't know. The flow of the game felt very similar. Brazil still maintained possession. Uruguay had a couple of counterattacks.
I don't think Brazil really had that much possession before the red. I feel like it was probably
like it was driven by Brazil before then.
I just think Brazil looked more dangerous, but I think possession stats. I'm curious what it would be before the red, but I would have guessed like 58, 60% Uruguay. I think they had a slight advantage.
Maybe it's just the XG percentage that I'm thinking of. I don't know, but I think you said it right. Brazil looked more threatening.
They did. And I think that's the concerning part.
Very concerning.
For Uruguay. But they dug deep and they got it done on penalties the hardest way possible. And yeah, it's just crazy. And I'm kind of glad that we're not going to get just 2 rematches in the semifinals now.
Yeah.
Good to get some at least one new game in there. What do we think about Brazil? How do we look at the Copa America?
I think I'd be proud to go as far as they did, in that it was looking like they might get knocked out of the group at one point, and they got to here and they played really hard, and I think they were the better team today. They're unlucky to advance. Now, in Brazilian terms, the expectation is obviously to go far, at least the semis, right? So it is disappointing, but frankly, I had them going out sooner, so I'm pleasantly impressed by Brazil. They're not nearly as bad as I thought they were, and I see signs of life, meaning that they'll come back later. But damn it, that means that you got to capitalize. That means Colombia, Uruguay, Argentina, you got to capitalize on this. Now is the time.
I think that Brazilians, I'm going to be a little brazen here. I think they got to hold the L a little bit on this one.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't score against Costa Rica.
Yeah.
You destroyed Paraguay. You got lucky against Colombia. And then you had a pretty good performance against Uruguay today. I'm not going to say it was a masterclass. It definitely wasn't. But there was a lot of Brazilians who every single time we talked about this team, every time we mentioned anything, they said that we're hating on them. They said that we're sleeping on Brazil. They're saying that Brazil's going to the final. They're saying that we're going to win and that we're just messy fanboys.
Look at the result. Look at the result, folks. Look at the result. Listen to Daddy.
You zoom out, they beat Paraguay. You beat Paraguay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Who were the second worst team at the Copa America.
When you put it that way, it's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah.
Maybe I guess I'm not ready to tell them to hold this L because I'm not shocked at the result. I'm shocked that they lost in the penalties. The biggest shock to me
friend.
is the fact that they lost in penalties.
Would they have that grace? Or your team to have fallen on their sword? Do you know what the Brazilian simps would be saying on Twitter right now? If they beat Uruguay, they would say, everybody can kiss our booty hole. We told y'all we're back. We're winning.
I would have.
That's what they say right now.
Yeah. I'd be on the.
There's no humility right now. No. There's no grace in victory.
No, there's not. No, there's none. Not in Copa America. Frankly, not in the Euros either. Unknown is asking if Brazil would have won if there had been extra time. I think possibly. I think there's also a decent shout that we could have
extra
just got
time.
Another, yeah. I think that there's
30 minutes a man down.
I mean, how long did they survive without him to start?
He went down to the 80th minute. Only 10 minutes.
Okay, it's 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, I think Brazil would have won the game. This is one of those situations where the Copa America rules helped Uruguay with the red. Because, yeah, I don't... And they were making some offensive subs. Basically, it was a new midfield as well for Brazil. You still got Ugarte chilling on the yellow card. He can't even be his normal aggressive self. Yeah.
Irvin wants to know if the Neymar narratives are still alive after this.
The narrative that he's bad? That he's like a fraud?
that he is the best, I think.
Well, let's say what we think the narrative is, since we don't really know.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Irvin, if you want to specify, please do. But
I'll just tell you what I think the narrative is.
I think big dub Neymar.
Big dub for Neymar. Neymar, biggest winner. For Copa America?
Massive winner.
Massive winner.
Because if you win 2 Copa Americas without him,
Damning.
buddy.
Damning.
Because you know all the Madristas are gonna drag you forever for that. I mean, they're not a fan base known for ball IQ, but they would have dragged him for that.
They would have gotten after him for that one.
Yes.
They would have gotten after him for that one.
Correct. They would have been like, I always knew this guy was clear, and it would be a picture of like Luka Jovic or something, like just a howler of a comparison.
Martinelli.
Yeah. No. Neymar carries Brazil, and Vinny couldn't do it. Can you highlight that one? From Irvin. He's just clarifying what. Neymar does carry.
Yeah. The dialogue is alive. I mean, look at what they did against Croatia.
Alive and validated.
Look at what he did. And, dude, you have to think, the way the Brazilians are playing here, you don't have to put Savinho on. You don't have to put my boy, what's his name, Q-Tip, with the little white spot up here, who's flopping his ass off.
Andreas Pereira.
He doesn't have to come in if Neymar's playing. Not to mention, instead of 15 Endrick flops and 1 shot on goal, you get Neymar dancing on him. Neymar's drawing a foul. Neymar's drawing real fouls there.
Neymar's just more dangerous than this Brazilian attack.
And that's no what is it? I'm not throwing shade over at Endrick. It just is what it is.
Yeah,
Neymar's
it's not insulting to Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Or to Rafinha to be like,
Whatever
no,
position he
Neymar's better. Like, he just is, you know?
He just is, full stop.
Full stop. So, you know, I don't know. Will Neymar get some more credit? Maybe there will be a longing for him from some Brazilian fans after this. Vinicius, I think him being out for this game might protect him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be like, well, when it mattered, he wasn't there because of a suspension, and he got you 2 goals on the group stage. Can you blame it on Vinny? No, you can't blame it on Vinny.
No.
What you blame it on, you don't blame it on Endrick. You don't blame it on Rafinha. What you blame it on is this team being pretty mid.
Yeah, they are mid.
For a Brazil team, they're mid AF. That's what it is. If Brazil would have won the Copa America, I mean, Uruguay, Colombia, Argentina, drop your head in shame. That would have been disastrous.
That would have been disastrous. Honestly, that would have been the worst thing to happen for the Copa America.
Correct. Yeah. Vinny Jr.'s a fraud. Nah, bro, he's not a fraud. He had a good Copa America. It's just he wasn't in here for this one.
Yeah. Who am I more scared to face, Eli? Colombia or Uruguay?
Oh.
I think Uruguay will be a clásico. That frightens me. But this Uruguay that we just saw does not frighten me very much. Not in this capacity. No. So I think Colombia. Colombia is the scariest one right now.
Some guy says Browns suck. # Ravens flock. We get some NFL rivalry in here.
Fly, Ravens, fly.
This is an interesting take. Brazilians jumping European clubs too soon is hurting them. They lose the Jogo Bonito for structured nonsense.
I guess I can appreciate that.
But the Brazilian flair was alive in this game.
Yes, it was.
Uruguay was struggling to hold them down.
Yeah. Go look at the passing triangles. Nobody was necessarily dancing like Ronaldinho because guess what? The only Brazilian that's capable of dancing like that is currently injured, nursing an ACL tear when he's 30 years old. So the Jogo Bonito is alive. It's out there.
Yeah,
but in this game, it manifested itself as one, pretty solid defending, which was nice to see. And then passing triangles. Go look at the little passing triangles that seemed to manifest around every single Brazilian midfielder that felt like they were capable of a half press today. Every single Brazilian foul, right? Uruguayan foul came from behind the back of Brazilians, which I just thought was so ridiculous to watch, dude. So ridiculous to watch. And yes, Bielsa is a class act. Of course he hugged Rafinha. Of course.
Why is Real Madrid? Real Madrid said, if I hear one more Valverde Vinny diss, I'm flying. We haven't even dissed Vinny.
We haven't.
We literally haven't dissed Vinny.
We haven't. Tell me what your boy Valverde did. Tell me what he did. Tell me what he did that I'm missing.
Who do you think is the man of the match according to Fault Mob?
No way it's Valverde.
Yeah.
No way it's Valverde.
He's the highest rated player from both teams.
You are kidding me.
Yeah, that's a joke.
Who won it? Who actually won it?
Ugarte
won it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it's Matheus Oliveira. I thought he was the best player overall. Although if you want to give it to Rochette now for a penalty save as well, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too. I'd be okay with that.
I'd
be okay with that. Because guess what? The only part of that game that mattered was the penalties.
I mean, Ray Lopez says it. Can't be mad if Vinny was on the field. Yeah, so, I mean, anybody clowning Vinicius tonight, that's, you just a hater. Like, that's just straight hate.
Why does Brazil suffer in penalties even in World Cup 2022? Dude, I don't know what that is. I think those are two incidents. So now it looks like a pattern, but they're just, I think you could just chalk it up to two separate instances. It's really not bad. Argentina's god tier at pens. You want to know the last two times that they lost in pens? Was the last two Copa America finals. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Did they lose in the first Copa America final against Chile in pens?
Yeah,
they did, right?
Times, yeah.
I'm just saying.
I feel like, has Brazil not won a penalty shootout recently? No, dude, they won a penalty shootout in the 2021 Copa America or 2019. They beat they beat Paraguay on pens. When was that? So, chat, let me know. But they beat so
oh, there is an echo going on in my mic. Sorry, y'all. I'll keep it away from Jack.
Okay.
That's my bad. And anulo mufa.
Tony Games. We lost a year because CBF sucks. We lack a coach compared to Argentina. Okay, this is an interesting talking point. Junior, you like what you saw?
I think so. I think they've slowly been getting better.
I agree.
Game by game.
I agree.
So I think you got to give him more of a shot. You got to give him more of a shot.
How many qualifiers does he have to lose before you sack him?
I think it's less to do with the actual games and more to do with their position. So if they lose a quick 2 and they drop down to, where are they now? 4th? 5th?
They're 6th right now.
They're 6th?
Yeah. You can't go much lower. You cannot go lower. I mean, you literally can't go lower.
Can't. You know what, then? I think he's in the hot seat.
He is in the hot seat.
Looking at that, he's in the hot seat now. And frankly, it's a little undeserved because I see the improvement. I think it depends on their next games. Dude, if they've got, I don't even know. If they've got Colombia again sometime soon in qualifiers, I think you got to get a little nervous.
Yeah. I'm going to say Junior is on the hot seat.
He's on the hot seat.
I think if he loses 2 games, he's out.
Yeah, I think potentially 1, depending on what that looks like. If they go down another spot because he loses a game, I think conversations are being had.
But you know what? You know what the truth pill that some people got to swallow with this is? This Brazil ain't that good.
No, it's not.
It's better than 6th in World Cup qualifying.
And that is why I think he won't get fired immediately after this.
You think the Brazilians have that kind of rationality when analyzing their own team?
What do you mean?
I mean, we had that one person last chat who was like, "Oh my God, we had the most expensive squad." It's like that. I think that's y'all's problem, bro. Y'all might have the most expensive squad. It is not the best squad anymore. It's just not. It's not terrible, but it's probably 3. Yeah. It's talent wise, it probably is marginally better than Colombia, but I don't think it's better than Uruguay or Argentina.
No.
And I don't know, like to be the 3rd best team on paper and to still have the presión of being Brazil, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's
it's
a lot.
Too much. It's too much for almost anybody to bear.
Correct. And these guys obviously can't do it.
Especially when they've got coaches like Ancelotti saying that they want to come and coach Brazil. Come on.
Yeah, but that's already dead. That's never happening anymore.
Is it really?
Yeah, he just signed like a multi-year extension with Real Madrid.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, that's dead.
Dead in the water. Well,
it's completely dead.
Womp womp.
So, y'all got Uruguay or Colombia?
Colombia by far now. I'm confident in Colombia winning now.
I can't jump off the train.
I can't jump off.
We can talk about that game because I think this is a good transition. I mean, I know it was Panama. I know they didn't Carrasquilla, but you just won 5-0.
You won 5-0.
Remove the penalties. You won 3-0 against Panama. Panama had one header that looked dangerous.
Yeah. Don't be shocked if it's another snooze fest like this one, though. Get ready. Get ready, chat.
Yeah.
We've been going crazy with the score predictions. Now it is time.
It's a 1-0.
To just watch. It's a 1-0, maybe a 2-0. Highly doubt it.
I think it's a. I think it's a 1-0 or a 0-0.
Yeah.
Like I just think this is when your palms start getting sweaty.
Yeah.
And you're like, we win this and we're in the final. And the other semifinal is going to be first, Canada, Argentina. If Canada win, and these mofos know that they have a final Copa America date with the Canadians, I mean, both of the teams are going to be there mentally already.
Yes.
During the game.
They're going to say, if we win this game, we win the Copa America.
Yeah. Yeah. But to focus on the game, very quickly, we're already 22 minutes. Let's try to wrap up in about 8. Y'all got any questions, ask it to us. We'll try to get to those as well. Where can I post proof that the draw in the brackets for the Copa America were rigged?
Send it to Jack on Twitter.
Send it to me on Twitter. About the game, it was very one-sided, man. We did a stream for that. I enjoyed it a lot because I like both of these teams. They play good ball. Panama had to go for it early because they concede early. But like we already said, you can't concede 2 penalties in a game ever. I mean, Paraguay did that against Brazil. You can't do that ever. That's automatic L. Especially when your opposition is better, automatic L. You can't concede an early set piece. They did that, automatic L. And then, I mean, the Richard Rios, possibly the goal of the tournament. And then the Luis Diaz, you just body him on that one? I think he bodies Miller off the ball for Panama. Remember. It's a good goal, regardless. I mean, Panama, still winners from the Copa America in my book, but you came up against a buzzsaw. Can you imagine if Panama ended their 26-game streak? If Panama was them to take them down?
They're David and Goliath.
Yeah. And this is what I hate about football fans. Everybody would have said, oh, it was a fluke. The entire 27-game streak is a fluke. They would have been like, LOL. Panama? Really?
No.
You only beat Spain because they weren't trying. You know, that's what it would have been. It would have been like disgusting
behavior. Dialogue would have been foul.
I would have been probably arrested.
Yeah.
Probably arrested for hate speech on Twitter. Countering the hate towards Colombia. Or towards Panama, excuse me. No, bro, I try to put respect when it's due on these teams. I'm not gonna let you do Colombia like that. If Uruguay wins in the semifinals, congratulations, Uruguay. I'm not going to let you discredit Colombia.
No, you can't.
You're not going to call them frauds. You're not going to say that they flopped. You're not going to say all this crap. I'm going to defend those guys. Just like I'm going to probably have to defend Panama as soon as I check Twitter, and I'm kind of scared to do so.
Well, don't check it now.
Don't check it now? Oh,
don't check it now. No, let's talk about Canada, because now we're looking at 25 minutes.
What, Canada?
Yeah, they want us to talk about Canada, Argentina.
Do they? Well, do you have anything to say about Colombia, Panama first?
Colombia, Panama. Colombia was obviously the better team on the day. Canada, pelotudo.
I mean, it's
Panama
not wrong.
can go there, go home with their head held high. And I think they should. Somebody asked what is next for Panama. Dude, I think you just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, it's looking good. It's looking good. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't change anything. Don't break anything. Get Coco Carrasquilla back in there. One thing to change, maybe get him out. Get him to Europe. Get him to Europe. Do something over there. Then you just play the game. Play the game. Nobody getting a... Take that off. Good Lord. Yeah, streaks equal pressure. So, yeah. Uruguay
100%.
could be the ones to end this. I know somebody was asking, what can kind of that do they have a shot against Argentina? I really don't think so.
Hey, Pula, chill. We're trying to talk ball, dude.
Yeah, we're trying to talk ball. You can, yeah, that'll be a...
We only got a couple minutes here.
Somebody was saying that Saudi Arabia did it, so they think Canada can do it. I just don't think it's the same.
It's not the same at all.
At all, yeah. No.
It's a group stage game versus a Copa America semifinal.
100%, yeah. And Argentina's going to be watching this game, knowing that Brazil's out. We're pretty confident, so we know that we've got to batten down the hatches, make it to the final, and then we've got one more highly difficult game ahead of us. That's it. And you were right. Canada, Argentina should have been 6-0, and it could be. I would like to see it be that. I would like to run it up on the Canadians. Nothing against the Canadians. We just need to get our shooting boots on because we cannot have another result like this in the final.
Another result like Uruguay, Brazil.
Yeah. I would not like to see the final
a
go
0-0.
pens.
Well, at least we would get the plus 30.
Yeah, that's true.
At least we would get that. But I agree. I don't want that either.
But then we'd get Copa America 2021.
Yeah, and I don't want Canada, Argentina to be 0-0.
No, I don't want it either.
Like that would be...
No, it can't. It can't be. It can't.
I would like to see the biggest losses in semifinal history at the Copa America. I mean, it's probably... Argentina did beat Canada, the United States 4-0 in 2016.
It's probably up there.
If they, ponte huevo and, actually go out there and do the business, it could get ugly for Canada for sure. Watch, people are going to clip that and be like, I knew it, they hate Canada.
They hate Canada.
Yeah. Not taking into account, we're talking about them playing the defending champions.
Not taking into account the other 30
and they've already lost.
The other 30 minutes that we've spent talking about Canada and how good they are.
Yeah.
Or how well they've played.
Jesse is shown to adjust in this Copa America, and their physicality and speed is a mismatch. I don't think the physicality is a mismatch.
No,
speed, yeah. Argentina's not super fast, but those fast breaks are going to be dangerous.
Going to be dangerous, but dude, the second that an Argentine body touched them, they're going to be so harangued and harassed by DePaul falling down, by hard, strong tackles. Do you think that Argentina's slide tackling is incapable of dealing with Canadian dribbling? Because I'll tell you what, it's going to look like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
I'm just... Jonathan David can get up to speed, but the man on a fast break is not very good at changing direction. I mean, we saw it in his one-on-one against the goalkeeper. Man couldn't shift the ball to the right. He got stuffed.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Otamendi is eating that up for breakfast.
Yeah. If there's a player who needs a good comeback game, it probably is Jonathan David.
Yep.
But the likelihood of that is just 1%.
1%, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Colombia, Uruguay, that's going to be a banger. We're going to do a predictions video for the Copa America semifinals. I mean, hell, we can maybe do that Monday or something.
Mm-hmm.
We need to look up when the finals actually are.
Yeah, we do. We've got to do a bit of planning. We'll announce all that. But what we know is that tomorrow, what are we going to be doing?
Are we officially doing that tomorrow, the 10K Q&A? Okay.
I'm down.
All right, guys.
We're going to get the hottest Korean spicy buffalo wings that we can find. Sorry, not buffalo wings. Fried chicken wings that we can find.
How dare you?
Next door, they got a place that is saying, try if you dare, 4-star spice level. We're going to try those tomorrow. it's going to upset my silent reflux. I'm absolutely destroying my body for you guys. So prepare yourself because, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. 10K Q&A. Get your questions ready. Are they sending them in or are we doing it live? We got to do it live, huh?
We probably should do it live.
Yeah.
Well, you should also send questions beforehand so that we have stuff to, like,
yeah, just in case.
Respond to.
Don't save it there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to post something right now on the YouTube or maybe in the morning when more people are actually awake.
Look at this. Get your great questions cooking up, Tingus Pingus. Schaffelberg Maritime Maradona. I do need to take a tolerance break. What was I looking for? Right here. It's dangerous. It's just dangerous. They played really well.
Well, now they're definitely going to say we hate Canada.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, look out for that. Look out for the 10K. Probably doing it tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, we'll do it Monday, okay? But we want to do that soon for you guys as a thank you for getting us to 10K. And I'm very much afraid to look forward to those wings. I think it's going to be a disaster.
I'm horrified.
I think it might knock us out for the rest of the Copa, to be honest.
It'll knock me out for the rest of the day, for sure.
Yeah. You guys hate Canada because you're American. On that note, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Oh, Canada.